Good morning and happy new year to you and yours. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I've been away for just a little while, and yes, my name is Omole Glory. I know you will be wondering why Omole Glory and not a Guerrero Glory. That is because I got married. Yes, I actually got married for the little time that I was away. So welcome the new missus back online. So today I will be talking about 10 tips for first-time home buyers. Now, a lot of people are on this table. Getting a home for the first time is not always easy. It comes with a lot of excitement. It comes with a lot of emotions. You feel very fulfilled. You have that sense of stability, sense of fulfillment and all of that. But then there are a lot of challenges, basically because that is your first time. Now, these tips that I'm going to be giving today are going to help you when buying your home for the very first time. Number one here is understanding your budget. Now, as a first-time home buyer, it is very important to set realistic budgets. This is because you setting a budget that is not realistic is going to stress you a lot. There are a lot of amazing properties in really nice locations in town, but prices vary. So first of all, it is important to be sure of the location you want. Try to ask questions, know what is obtainable around that location, and then set your budget. And if you know that this is the amount I'm willing to part with, find your property or your house in a location that works with your budget to avoid adding too much pressure to yourself. Number two here, location matters. Now, the location, like I slightly mentioned from our very first point, the location is very important. This is because location plays an important role. It connects back to your budget. Your budget affects location, location affects your budget. Now, your location is important because it affects your basic amenities, the things you want around your house, where the property is located in town. All of these things are around location. So, depending on what you want, if you want a serene environment, you want a very quiet environment, you want to be hearing sound, noises, and all of that, then your location is important. Number three, you have to prioritize your needs versus your wants. Now, your needs are more important. It is important that you look out for the more important things when you're getting a house instead of the flimsy things. Let's take, for example, you go check out a house, and then instead of looking at, is there good water? Where is the location the house is? What does it look like? You're more concerned about, oh, the flowers that are planted around the property, they're not so beautiful, or you don't like those flowers and all. I mean, those are things that can be changed. But if you eventually end up buying a house and it turns out that the water around that particular area is not good, you're going to have to be stuck with that for the rest of the time you live in that particular property. There are other important things that you should look out for than the flimsy things or the not so important things. That's what we call them your wants and not your need. Now, the next thing you should be looking out for here, it is important that you research your neighborhood. This is, of course, based on your preferences and your needs. Now, researching of your neighborhood, as an individual, there are a lot of things that we prefer. Okay, like I mentioned earlier, you might want a place that have a little bit of noise, or you might want somewhere that is actually very, very quiet. These are the things you should check out. Now, it is important to research, know the kind of area. Is it a peaceful environment? Are there cases of insecurity, armed robbers, and all of that? It is important to research your environment before you start living in the area, or before getting your first property, to avoid tears after you must have paid for the property. Number 5 now is going to be home inspections and due diligence. Now, as a first-time home buyer, it is advisable always advisable that you inspect the property you want to put your money into. It is important that you go on inspection. After inspecting, make sure to do your due diligence. Try to find out, to be sure that you're not making the wrong decision, that you're not being duped, that the property you're buying is legitimately owned by the rightful person that you think or that you know owns the property, to avoid matters of fraud and tears after you must have dropped your hard-earned money for that particular property. And then number 6, we'll be talking about financial preparedness for closing. Now, you might probably have paid for a particular house. Let's say a house is 50 million naira. Try to know, how financially prepared am I? Because most times, apart from the price the house is selling at, there might be other costs, right? There might be other amounts that you need to pay here and there, your documentation, your survey, service charge. There might be other things you need to handle, and it might happen that, there are things you need to fix inside the particular property. Now, you need to be financially prepared for all of this to avoid pressure, to avoid pressuring yourself unnecessarily, because we know that buying a home, it is you parting with a very huge amount of money, and you do not want to part with that amount of money at the same time exerting a lot of pressure on yourself. Now, number 7 on our list is understanding the offer and the negotiation process. Now, if you do not understand how to negotiate or understand these basic things, then it's going to be very difficult for you, because you are a first-time buyer. You're probably going to overpay the amount of the particular property. You're going to overpay, and you're probably not going to get some certain things right. So it is important that you understand the negotiations and the offer process. Number 8, it is very important that you work with a real estate agent or a realtor, somebody that is very vast, very professional in that particular field, to negotiate for you, to talk for you, and to fight for your interest with the developers or the whoever owns that particular property. It is very important that you work with a professional. This is because they've been in the business, they've done this particular thing over and over again. So be rest assured that they will get you the best deals, they'll get you the best locations, and they will look out for those little things that you would have not taken note of, because it is something they've been doing over and over again. Number 9, home buying timeline differs for many people. Now, the time it took Mr. A to find a property, negotiate, inspect, get to pay, and close a particular deal might be different from the time it took you to get a particular property. So because Mr. A got their property within as little as 15 weeks, 15 weeks is even such a long time. Let's say they got their property within 2 weeks. That is because they found the property, checked it out, they liked it, and immediately made payments for that particular property. It might not be the same for you, because you might find the property, go inspect, and you end up not liking some particular things, and you decide to look for another one. So the time it takes one person to get a particular property is different from the time it takes another person. This is because of your individual preferences. Then number 10, we have what we call post-purchase preparedness. Now, after buying your house, there are certain things you must do, or after moving in, there are certain things that are important, like deep cleaning. You have to do your deep cleaning, getting to know the neighbors, getting to connect your property to utilities, and a whole lot more. So getting a home, it is important that you put all of these things at the back of your mind, that apart from paying for that particular home, there are other important things that you get to do after buying your home, and it is important that you put all of this in mind to avoid unnecessary pressure. I hope you find this useful. I hope you find one or two of these tips useful when you're buying a home. My name is Omole Glory, a real estate consultant with Arid Prime Realty here in the city of Lagos, and we have amazing properties, houses, lands in amazing locations all over town. If you happen to want to get any property for yourself, do well to reach out to us, and we will be here to help you secure that amazing property for yourself. Do not forget to click on the like button, share, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel to continue getting mouth-watering tips like this. See you in my next video.